The cycle of death and rebirth. Okay, and this is asked quite often. How long before you come back? Okay, for people who are really keen to know this, from Theosophy, A.P. Sinnott postulated 1500 years, which he got from the Mahatmas. Now, unfortunately, that's been taken as a standard, or almost an iron rule by some Theosophists. William Kwan Judge said, on the other hand, that it's not an exact science, and he did say that the 1500 years may be an average for that time, that period in history. However, there's incredibly more people on the planet now than there were in his day, in the 1880s, 1890s. So it may be that the time has been reduced, the average time has been reduced. I think that there are actually too many variables relating to spiritual progress, your own spiritual progress, and the life that you've lived, to give a precise or even a ballpark figure on how long it takes to come back. Now, it has been postulated in Theosophy that if you're less spiritual, you'll come back more quickly. Also, and this isn't really turned up in Theosophy, but I think this is something that can be considered. If you have unfinished business, you can come back more quickly. Now, clearly, someone who is spiritually advanced enough to control the cycle of death and rebirth, that's not a problem. They can come back when they choose to come back. But I postulate that there are people who have, possibly they're not ascended above the need to engage in the cycle of death and rebirth, they still need to reincarnate, but they have reached a level at which they've attained some control over the process, that they can actually shorten or lengthen the time, particularly the time spent in David Charn. Karma loka of your spiritually advanced becomes shorter. But David Charn, there may be, with spiritual development, some ability in some ability to control the time you actually spend in David Charn. But if you lengthen or shorten the period of David Charn, your higher principles, your reincarnating ego, would have to have very good spiritual reasons for doing this. So, I think for most of us, if we've led a fairly reasonable life, made some spiritual progress, I don't think we should be particularly concerned about how long our time span is going to be between reincarnations, because I can't see that you perceive time in the after-death states as you perceive it on the physical plane. It may be there's a level of awareness in karma loka, and if your progress through karma loka is very slow, then maybe that may be quite unpleasant. I'm not sure. In David Charn, there may be a subjective awareness of progress, not time in terms of events, but there may be an awareness of progress. But in David Charn, you're in a state of bliss, so possibly you don't concern yourself with such things as how long David Charn is going to last. You've risen above that. You no longer have your desire principle and lower mental principle, so you're just in a state of bliss, and such questions wouldn't touch you. So I think for most of us, I'm sorry I can't do any better than this, I think you come back when you come back.